to my channel. Today we're going to be doing Crockpot meals. Y'all, it is fall time. It is time to get out that Crockpot and get started on some nice and warm, comfy, cozy meals. So today I have for you 5 Crockpot meals that I know that you guys are going to love. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to be making is some chicken and noodles. This is one of my favorite type of comfort foods. We can use chicken breast or we're going to use chicken thighs. I had some chicken thighs on hand and I just think it tastes a lot better with the chicken thighs. So I put in 4 chicken thighs, or about 2 pounds. I'm also going to put in 6 cups of chicken broth. And then 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. Of course, you could put in your own homemade chicken soup. I have a couple more cans left, and then I'm going to start making my own. Hopefully that it ends up tasting really well. We shall see. All right, next thing I'm going to do is add about 1.5 tablespoons of minced garlic. I'm also going to put in 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of thyme. I'm going to let that cook on high for about 3.5 hours. Once it's done cooking, I'm just going to take the lid off and shred the chicken till it's into small bite-sized pieces or even shredded. I'm also going to put in about 10 to 12 ounces of mixed vegetables. I'm also going to put in 1/2 cup of sour cream. That way we thicken the mixture all up without having to use cornstarch or anything like that. And it just adds a really good creamy flavor to it. I'm also going to be adding 24 ounces of egg noodles. You can use those frozen Reams egg noodles, or you can just use whatever type of egg noodles that you have on hand. I love these egg noodles. I think they're like Amish egg noodles. I get them from Sam's Club and they are phenomenal. They thicken up well and they just taste really, really well. Okay, I'm going to let that cook for another hour on high, and then when that's done, this is what it should look like. All your noodles should be cooked through, and it should be just a really nice and creamy texture, very thick and just looking delicious. Of course, you can add some more seasonings. I actually added some onion powder on top just because it needed a little bit more flavor. Okay guys, now we're going to be doing steak and potatoes in the crock pot. Y'all, we can have a steak and still not have to spend all day cooking over the grill or seasoning it. We are going to take some sirloin steak and we're going to layer this. So we're going to put 1 on the bottom. We're going to take about 4 potatoes in total. We're going to divide that in half as well. So we have 2 potatoes going on top of our steak, and then we're going to layer another piece of steak right on top of that, and then another layer of potatoes. We're also going to put in here some onion. So I have 1 onion that I went ahead and sliced up, put that right on top. Then I have about 3 cloves of garlic that we put in here. I'm also going to season this with salt and pepper. And then I also have 1 cup of beef broth that we're going to put in here. We're going to put this on low for 6 hours, or we can put this on high for 4. I decided to put this on high for 4 hours. The potatoes end up being very tender. The steak is very well seasoned and nice and tender. This is such a sweet and easy meal to make, and who doesn't love steak and potatoes, you guys? Up next, we're going to be making Pioneer Woman's Crockpot beef stew. Y'all, this is phenomenal. It turned out excellent. We're going to need 2 to 3 pounds of beef chuck roast. I'm going to put in our seasonings next. So I need 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of thyme. I am actually going to need 4 cups of beef broth, but I just had chicken broth, so you can use whatever. It ended up being phenomenal either way. I'm also going to put in about 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. I'm also going to put in this packet of au jus gravy mix. Next, we have about 2 to 3 medium potatoes that I went ahead and diced and chopped up. I'm also going to put in this whole package, which is about 12 ounces of carrot sticks that we're going to put in. I put in about a tablespoon of minced garlic and about 3 bay leaves that we're going to throw in here just for flavor. I also put in 1 large onion. I'm going to go ahead and just give that just a little bit of a stir just so it's all kind of nice and even. And I'm going to let that cook on a high heat for about 5 hours. Once that's up, I'm going to give it a good stir, and then I'm actually going to add our peas. My family is actually not a pea person. I got probably 2 people in my family out of 6 that enjoy peas. So if you guys don't like peas, definitely omit this. And then I'm just going to thicken this just a little bit. So I have about 4 tablespoons of cornstarch that I mix with water. And I'm just going to combine that to our crock pot and then just give that a good stir for about 3 minutes or so. 3 to 5 minutes is perfect. Just to get that well incorporated, and it will thicken up as you're stirring it. Y'all, this is phenomenal. Of course, we got some homemade bread to go with this delicious crock pot meal. Up next, we have cowboy casserole, and yes, you can do this in the crock pot. So to our large crock pot, I have about 3 potatoes that I went ahead and diced up. I have half a cup of milk that we're going to add to this dish, and then 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. Of course, you can omit that, or you can even add your own homemade if you don't like the cans of cream of. I also have 1 tablespoon of minced garlic that I went ahead and added. You'll need 1 can of Rotel, 1 can of kidney beans. Do make sure that you rinse that out. I also have 1 can of corn. And then we're going to add 1 pound of ground beef. I just cooked this with half of an onion. Go ahead and put that on top. You can give that a little bit of a stir. Go ahead and put the lid on and let that cook on a high heat for 3 hours, or you can put that on a low heat for about 5 to 6 hours. Go ahead and give that a good stir, getting all those ingredients combined. And I'm just checking to make sure those potatoes are nice and tender. Once they are tender, your meal is good to go. Y'all, this is phenomenal. You can put just a little bit of cheese on top. I love this meal, and it's super easy, fast and easy meal just to make right in your crock pot. When it comes to crock pot meals, I love a good comfort meal. So here I have a slow cooker beef and noodles recipe. This one hits the spot, y'all. It is phenomenal. I even loved this better than the chicken and noodles, and so did my whole family. So to our crock pot at the very bottom, we're going to go ahead and put in 2 to 3 pounds of a chuck roast. I also have 1 packet of onion soup mix that we're going to put on there. And then we have a can of, you can either do cream of celery or cream of mushroom soup. I did cream of celery just because I had it on hand, and I have had that for a while and I just need to get rid of it. I'm also going to put in 14 ounces of beef broth, and then go ahead and put the lid on and let that cook on a high heat for 5.5 hours. Once that is up, we're actually going to go ahead and just shred up your roast. And as you can see, it is shredding perfectly. It is so tender. And then I'm going to go ahead and add 6 to 8 cups of beef broth. Here I'm just adding 6 cups just because I'm going to kind of see how runny it is before adding any more, because I don't like my beef and noodles to be super runny. You're also going to add 24 ounces of, you can either do frozen noodles or you can just do regular egg pasta noodles. Let that cook on a high heat for an hour, sometimes even a little bit longer. And look how delicious this looks. It is so good. It's thick and creamy, and I serve this over mashed potatoes. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoy it. If you enjoy crockpot meals as much as I do, give me a big thumbs up. Consider subscribing below if you have not already. I'd love to have you here on this channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.